Finally, fucking Streamlabs is a piece of shit. Streamlabs, if you're watching, which you're not, first of all, where's my fucking All-Stars hoodie, you cunt? Second of all, sort you... Jesus. Less of that, please. How we doing? How we all doing? Not too bad. Good. Yeah, I sort of do a stream. I want to do streams at the weekend. Sort of looking back on the week. So here we are, and what a week it's been. Gillette decided to piss off the whole internet. Well, men. Fucking. I edited for the Jackmate podcast, the Jackmate Happy Hour. I'm now the new editor for that. That's pretty cool. I'll be on there on Thursday. But yeah, the main thing I want to talk about is the Gillette thing, and then anything else that's happened on the interwebs, basically. Ben Wiles in the house. Hello, mate. Umad doesn't arrive. I reckon Umad might be about in a bit. I think he may well be. Dr. Cheats has got a beard not shaved in almost a year. He's going for the year beard. There we go. There we go. It's just how it is. You know? Yeah, that's sick. Another way of making money from YouTube. Yeah, man. But it's cool. It's really cool. What's happened with Gillette? I don't know. Is it still on the fucking trending page? It was like fucking... It just goes to show the sort of agenda that YouTube want to push as well. Because this was fucking #1 on the trending page. It's like they want the feminization and demasculinization of men so fucking badly. It's unreal. It was on the trending page. It looks like it's no longer on there. But then that's not on. Oh no, there it is. It's probably about 20th in the trending. I could put it on because I mean these just go to unlisted anyway. The live streams, so. Monetization isn't a problem. What am I on about with Gillette? Someone explain. Alright, listen, yeah. We'll watch the advert. We'll go through it bit by bit. And I'll explain as I go along what I think's wrong with it. How does that sound? Tommy Conran, hello mate. How are you doing, son? How are you doing? But yeah, got a pretty cool week coming up, guys. Got a pretty cool week coming up. Right, let's have a look. So, I kind of get the theme behind the advert, but it went way too far at the end of the day. It's a fucking advert for a razor. Yeah, exactly. Like I understand what they're getting at, right? But I feel like they kind of tarnished everyone with the same, with the same brush. It's like, well, hold on a minute, you know, like Jesus. But hang on, so we've got it here. What the fuck is going on here?
Is this the best a man can get?
Is this the best a man can get?
Is it?
Let me turn it up.
We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Who's the daddy? What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding.
She denies the Armenian genocide. She's just a fucking moron. Like, forget about her gender. She's a twat. So the fact that she is in this fucking video is a disgrace in itself. But certain themes that it picks up on, like catcalling and stuff, right, I think are outdated too. I do. But this is like just saying that all men do it. And it's like, well, no, it's not the case. 1 million dislikes.
sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool. Not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, we're acting like we're going shit.
See, look, Olivia Sylvie's out here catcalling men all the time. The absolute disgrace. Doesn't quite say all men do it though. No.
and small.
But it just sort of, it implies it's the majority.
I'm strong.
And it's like, you sell fucking razor blades, man. Like, overpriced to my ad. It's like, I just didn't feel like it was their place. You know, I really didn't. But also, like, you look at like who they sponsor and stuff. Like, they sponsor Dr. Disrespect. Like, his whole gimmick, his whole thing is that he is like the pinnacle of masculinity. It's just like, it's just so many double standards. Also, interestingly, Gillette obviously make women's razors, and they actually make the women's razors more expensive than the men. So here they are, being all pro women and stuff, and the points that they make are valid. It's just how extreme they push them, you know. But you know, they're like banging on about all this stuff, and yet you charge women more for the same razors essentially as you make for men.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
It's just like, it's essentially saying like, if you're a manly man, if you're a man's man, you know, you're violent, you know, you're a pest to women and all the rest of it, and that's not always the case. But the way that this presents itself is, if you are that way, then therefore you must be like this, and it's just like, no, you know. Yeah, all the other Gillette adverts before, like footy lads having a shave. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, of all the companies, man, of all the companies. And also, apparently, these dislikes are actually bots as well. 485,000 comments 10 minutes later, 329. So they're going through the comments as well. Pruning the comments. Did Gillette just delete 100,000 comments? Congratulations, you played yourself. Yeah, I mean, it's a very bold move for Gillette to fucking essentially hand the monopoly of razors over to Wilkinson Sword, you know. Gillette deleting comments only make your customers hate you more. Seriously, why approve this ad anyway? Did Gillette just tell men, their main customer base, that they are bad and how they should behave? I'm all for women empowerment, but Gillette is not the company, nor men bashing ad is the right way to promote this agenda. If Gillette is going down this rabbit hole, I'm switching brand. There you go. That's what's going to happen. Congratulations, you've just alienated your target audience and massacred your sales in under 2 minutes. Why are you removing the dislikes? If you didn't remove the dislikes, it would be millions. Gillette, the best to cisgender boy, soy boy can get. Jesus Christ. It ain't that deep. I don't see why so much. Fucking hell, don't see why people give so much of a shit. Chris, to be fair, mate, I think it's because like it's a massive company like this, and it's pushing this agenda that just seems to be rife at the moment, and a lot of people disagree with it. I would like to see Gillette, the most preachy and patronising you can get. You can keep manipulating the blah, blah, blah. How does this improve my shave? Valid point. What is wrong with a little rough housing? Jesus Christ, what even is rough housing? What even is rough housing, man? This is how children learn physical boundaries and what is acceptable. Obviously, bullying isn't great, but you have to learn to deal with people who don't like you. Blindly asking everyone to be perfectly kind is absurd. Provide a possible solution instead, please. Is it morally wrong to see a beautiful woman and want to go talk to her? Men are, by societal standards, the initiators of conversation, states, and relationships. It seems like a double standard to me. Why? How does this improve my shave? I think it's literally been taken and run with, like, recently it's been feminism and shit and gender equality. Then Gillette are basically just saying break the mould of shitty behaviour. I can see where you're coming from. I don't know what it is about this advert that just pisses me off.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get?
Especially for a for a company, it just seems very hypocritical as well. People have used this ad as a way to shit on things. It's not man-hating. How can you say that that isn't man-hating, Chris? Like,
Is it?
I know it's saying like these certain things are
Going on far
outdated,
too
and of
long.
course they are. Like,
We can't laugh it off.
but it's just I don't know. I just don't think it was Gillette's place. I really don't. And they will reap the. They will probably see this in their sales. I want to have a look at Gillette's stocks. Let's have a look. See, is it this one? Jack Knight $3.99. Have your world geese excited for foos. Do you like a bit of foos, mate? Do you like a bit of foos? Actually hasn't. Oh wait, when did this? It's like a massive drop on the 10th of December. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But to be honest, it looks like. Holy shit, the stocks were high in September. Jesus. They haven't dropped that much at all. Interesting. Maybe it'll be hit further down the line, don't know. I'd be interested to keep an eye on that, see how much influence things like this actually have. What companies need to learn is that by appealing to snowflakes, they hurt their business. Soy boys are not their main audience. Oh, hello, glad I spotted this. Hello, Stefan. It's changing now. If you said anything about women, it was sexist the last 2 or 3 years. Now it's changing to say if you say anything bad about men, it's man-hating because feminist agenda. I don't know. It's just my personal opinion that I just over the last few years, it's like if you're a white male or a male, you're a piece of shit and you need to change. That's just how I've seen it. Chris, if you want to, you're more than welcome to. I can go in the Discord if you want to discuss it. I'll happily discuss it with you. Chris, get in Discord. Let's have a conversation. Not a debate, not an argument, a conversation. If you're about. If you fancy it, I'm in the super special chat right now. If you want to put your point across, you're more than welcome to. We can have a discussion about the death of men. No, I'm joking. Here we go. He's coming in. He's coming in hot. Where is... Okay, output volume. Everything looks fine. You might just have to excuse the volume levels and shit. But should be okay. Should be okay. I just think as a whole it's a very controversial area, and at the end of the day, can't please everyone with your opinion. You're going to come across people with rival opinions. That's to give it 100%, of course. To be fair, I did choose to be a white male, so it's my own fault. I'm a piece of shit. Chris, where are you? Move me across. Oh shit! Can I not? Can you? Not? Oh, sorry. Hello.
All right.
Here we go. Just speak again. Just say hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Sound levels are fine. Talk to me, Chris. Talk to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I think people just run with it for the fucking hell of it. It's like a couple of years ago, if you said anything on women, it was sexist, right?
Yeah.
I said anything, and this whole agenda being like, oh, female empowerment and gender equality, shit like that. And it was just fair enough, go for it. And then it transpired into full-on feminist man-hating, which people have run with. And then the advert like this comes out, and it's almost the flip side of that argument, being like, oh, feminist agenda, so this is now man-hating, you're feeding into it. When it's like, no, it's, look, this is shitty behaviour. It's been instilled in you since you were a young age, and you doing nothing is keeping that flowing. And they're saying, "Oh, stop the behaviour at the source, and just don't be cunts."
That is a valid point. That is a valid way of looking at it. Yeah, no, that is true. I just feel like there was a few things with it that pissed me off. Like I've said, I did just feel like, for the majority of the video, it is like they are almost tarnishing all men with the same fucking brush, and that always winds me up, because I think it's because like I look every single day on the internet. I look every single day on Twitter and stuff, because obviously with the YouTube channel and that, I'm always on social media to help myself grow and to see what's going on and all the rest of it. And from an observational standpoint, I've just seen like. And I'm just getting bored of it. It's like, you're white or you're a man, you're a piece of shit. That's just like what you see everywhere now. And it's like, and then you got like a company like Gillette. I'm not saying they should be on like men's. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, of all the fucking companies in the world to come out with this, it's just like, really? You know, especially from the standpoint of where, like, with the women's razors, which, you know, is maybe 15% of their audience, and they charge more for women's razors than they do for men. So it's like, so you're preaching about all this shit for women, which I can understand and I get behind. Like I said, I don't agree with catcalling. I think it's extremely fucking dated. You know, and I do firmly believe in equality. I do believe in feminism. There is elements of feminism that I don't, and that is when it crosses into just men hating.
See, modern feminism isn't feminism anymore.
No,
it's transpired into man hating. Even I don't know the numbers off by heart, but it's something like in Britain alone, like 80% of women consider themselves want gender equality and go for it. But something like only 5 to 15% of women consider themselves feminist, and that just shows that women don't believe in feminism because they know it's not feminism, they know it's man hating.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there was this, I can't remember her fucking name, but there was this woman, she was in like a TV debate, for fuck's sake, and she was supposed to be upholding all these things with feminism, and she turned around and said that if she ever had a son, that she'd give him up for adoption because it's not a girl. And I was just like, well, okay, let's strip away gender from that. You're just a cunt. Like, that's all you are, you know? It's like...
There's another woman that is like, oh, I have 2 sons, and because they're male, they're rapists. That was her standpoint. It was literally just, oh, they're males, so they're rapists. And then someone called her out, and it was like, well, no, they're just your sons. You should be good. You should be a good parent to them. It's like, it's the way they're born. It's like, no, but I know they'll always have their urges. It's like, just fuck off, mate.
No, like.
But going back to the whole thing about what you said earlier about men being constantly shit on. I think, well, I agree that is true. Especially on the internet, people are so naive and blinded where it's a lot like the whole LGBTQ thing, like a year and a half ago. People see it once or twice, and then suddenly they'll see it every time and not acknowledge any of the negatives. So, for example, they'll be like, they'll see them coming out being like, "Oh, support gay people," or "Don't do this, don't do that," but they won't see all the people being like, "Gay people should kill themselves."
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. So they would have seen both bits of it fine, and then they would have been like, "Oh," it would have been pointed out that people are man hating, and then they'd be like, "I see it everywhere. It's disgusting." And now an advert like this, where it's just coming out saying, "Be better, stop the cycle of bad behaviour, and get rid of the dated terms like boys will be boys," and then people are just like, "Oh, this is man hating. You hate all men. You've alienated your audience." When it's like, no, it's especially with their tagline being the best a man can get, they're changing it to be the best a man can be, which in itself is a good mantra in a way.
Yeah, I mean that is true. That is true, obviously, and it's something that I believe in. I believe that you should always try and be the best version of yourself. But I don't know. It was just something that didn't sit well. When I saw it, it was like a bit of an eye roll, you know. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it wasn't.
Well, the whole reason it came about is they got what they've seen their previous ones that, well, no way, two ways about it, can be quite misogynistic in a way.
Yeah.
They've seen their old adverts and they've got a new marketing team in, and the marketing team they've gone through strict, and I mean very strict, new rules where if they're going to put an advert out, it has to go through very rigorous tests and various things. And so now they're doing that. They're hoping that other companies follow suit, which is why an advert like this has been brought out to make sure it's very, I suppose, safe, but
progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, but I don't know. It's a tricky one, and it's obviously it's started a rather large debate, but
I think it's being taken and run with to push people's agendas that it's just not meant for. Where it's just been like, cut out the behavior of toxic masculinity in some cases. Like, oh yeah, do what you can do, but if you see like in the video, if you see 5 people chasing one kid that's scrawny, they're obviously going to beat him up. Step in and be like, "Stop, mate." Or if like at the barbecue, there's a kid obviously wailing on a kid that can't defend himself.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, "Oh, boys will be boys." Let them do that to a certain extent. But when it's coming to actual violence and physicality.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, I think the reason why that annoyed me as well, and this might just be personal to me, is, and I can honestly say, if I saw those things, I would be. I know fully. I mean, I would be the person to step in, and I back this up with Joe at Reading. He was going to be wrongly thrown out. I stood between myself and and I took them on for you know. So I feel like I'm the sort of person that was so to me when I'm watching this, I'm like, well, this is patronising bullshit. Like, you know, you're saying like everyone's saying, but I guess I was more looking at it from my point of view that, well, I mean, obviously, you know,
he wasn't wrongly going to be thrown out. He did throw the stuff. It was just the security guard was lying.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, but my point was, I'm the sort of person that I don't stand by and allow things to happen. So I guess from my point of view, I was just like, yeah, well, but that strengthens my point. Like, it's like, okay,
but you have to.
I'm not being funny. You would have
realize.
Go on.
You have to realize Gillette, I'm pretty sure, is an American company. It was filmed in America. Their whole thing is American based. You don't know the culture in America, and true. Especially if you look online, their culture seems a lot different from what we have here.
Yeah,
I think bar a lot of places, bar maybe some places in London and maybe some rural poorer areas, you're not going to get much catcalling. You're not going to get much. Well, I suppose you will, because people are shitty anyway. But people step in and don't do that here as often. But if you look in places in America, it just seems rife anyway. Same with Black Lives Matter. You don't really have that here because you do still have like police abusing power and stuff. It's not to the same extent.
To the degree, yeah.
And police over here are held a lot more in account. So if there's even an injury that seems overbearing, there's a massive inquest into it in policing here. So
yeah, no, that is true. That is true. I mean, I feel like you'd have to, well, you'd have to be either just extremely desensitized or a massive pussy if you saw a kid being chased by a load of other kids about to have the shit beaten out and you didn't step in. So I don't know. I don't know what it was about the advert. It just wound me up. I don't know.
yeah, I think, I'm not saying you are, but who knows? Maybe you are. I think, especially online, people are looking for an excuse to be upset and just be like, "This isn't right." Da, 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 da.
I mean, if I was to look at, it's mad. It's funny that you should say that, because obviously, doing the stuff I do, sometimes I upset people, and I don't like those overly sensitive people looking for an excuse to be offended. But now that you raise that point, if I was to look at myself and how I've reacted to this critically, you know how I was saying how everywhere I just see, like, you're a piece of shit if you're a man, if you're a white male, then you're a fucking cunt, or perhaps this was almost like the straw that broke the camel's back, where it's like, for fuck's sake.
But what you have to realise as well is, you being a man have noticed all of this, but you're blind to, say, the catcalling, because you'll see it in the street, and maybe you'll see someone talking to a woman, and you'll be like, oh, he's just whatever, flirting or something, and you won't see that she's potentially feeling uncomfortable, unsafe, things like that. You don't notice the sexism. You don't notice the same with racism. You probably don't notice the everyday racism that happens, things like that, because it doesn't happen to you.
Of course, yeah, of course.
And so it's the same sort of thing. People online will be like, oh, it's not that bad. You're not being man-hated because it's not happening to them. As we're, oh, you're like, well, this is a personal attack on me because I'm a man and I'm white.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So it's, and I think a lot of the reason why a lot of people online are getting annoyed about it is because it's really the first time that a straight white man is ever going to come into a challenge.
I know. Listen,
and they're like, actually, this isn't right. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. I don't know. I feel right. So I can't. This is difficult.
Also, things. I'm not saying you do this again, but a lot of people on YouTube obviously ride trends, and if it's popular, will maybe not adjust their beliefs, but play up to their beliefs if it's in a positive light. And so a lot of like commentary channels or something would be like, well, Gillette have just fucked out of their whole thing. Maybe they do believe it. I don't know. I don't know them personally. But I've got a feeling a lot of them, if they don't believe it, they'll say they do to be like, I want more subscribers.
Yeah, well, no, of course. That's a very valid point.
And then that also influences other people's like ideas, agendas, and things like that.
Yeah, no, that is true. Of course, everyone is ultimately looking to grow on this platform, but
because, for example, say tomorrow you come out and say Jamie Vardy's a prick for this reason, this reason, this reason.
Yeah,
there's a lot of your fan base, especially because they're young and maybe a bit more impressionable, will be like, you know what, Vardy is a prick. And they'll just believe you because you've said it, and then maybe they'll do some research and be like, you know what, or it'll be swayed, and you'll just be like, that. It's same with the other channels. Even if they don't believe it, what they're saying, people will then believe.
Yeah, no, I know for a lot. Some people are extremely impressionable, and yeah, when creators do run with things, it can influence others. It is, and that is a very valid point. But I feel like my personal feelings behind it were pure. Like I say, if I'm really standing back and looking at the situation and thinking about it, I think it is just, I was just like, for fuck's sake, here we go again. More reminders that apparently I'm a fucking violent, sexual pest piece of shit, and it's just like, I know. I mean,
the advert wasn't saying men are violent. It was saying kids are violent because men don't stop them. And then
is that what you got from that? I don't know. I kind of felt like it was like that kind of violent tendency is there from an early age.
Yeah, well, it is. It's primal.
Exactly.
It's hunter-gatherer. You've got to be
exactly,
alpha of the pack, or
mate,
you fit in.
Yeah, but you take that argument to a feminist, mate. Good luck, you know. Or feminazi. That is primal. The rest of it's like, oh well, it's fucking. You're not caveman anymore.
Yeah, well, they're both right. The primal age of anger and aggression is in males from the start.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not. So, I mean, they're right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's crazy.
And also that's what I get from the thing where they're like, oh, if you see this behaviour, like you're saying, the catcalling's outdated. The need for that behaviour is outdated.
Yeah, of course.
And so that's what they're saying. They're like, oh, stop that behaviour.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, yeah, no, 100%. I see what you mean. It's absolutely. But then also, not with the catcalling shit, but some of the stuff varies from woman to woman. Like, you fucking hold the door open for one woman, she's like, oh, thank you so much, how polite. You hold it for another, what, you say I'm not fucking independent, what the fuck? You know? I went for this was, fuck me, like 3-4 months ago. I went on a date with this girl, and you
went on this one.
And she was telling me that one of her favourite things to do on a night out, right, is when a guy comes up to her and offers to buy her a drink, she flips it and is like, what, you trying to fucking say I can't afford my own fucking drinks? What the fuck? You know, and it's just like, whoa, like the guy was just, in my eye, like the guy was just being nice as an introductory, let's get this conversation going. Maybe his intentions weren't entirely pure, but like to flip it like that, it's just like, whoa. Yeah,
but at the same time, this is what I'm, because when I was younger, 18, I used to go out for a lot of female friends, and what you'll have to understand is, even if they're not meaning to, even if they don't want to, like, get in, if they're just out with friends, the amount of people that will come up and either try and start a conversation with them, get in with the group, try buy them a drink, it's basically 2 an hour if you're lucky.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've experienced it myself.
If you're getting that volumes of things, imagine, for example, you had the same thing at Reading, where fans it took you an hour and a half to do a 10-minute trip to the toilet
for a piss.
That's one time in an environment where you're like, right, this is going to happen, I've put myself in this environment, so I'm not going to complain. But imagine that was every day, well, every weekend, you go into the shop, it took you an hour and a half longer than it usually would. You'd start finding ways of making yourself unapproachable, or finding ways of having fun with it so it's more enjoyable for you, and things like that.
I know, I do get it. And I mean, I've had what I would class, I don't give a fuck, what I would class as harassment on nights out. You know, that when I was on a stag in Nottingham, we were in the queue to get in, this girl full on groped my ass. I was like, what the fuck? And then at the bar in the same place, this woman came up to me, and it's one of my pet hates because it's my face. It's happened to me a few times. It's like they'll kind of just full on like touch my beard, and it's just like, whoa, that's my fucking face. I
know, like that happens to everyone, and it's not saying it's right, but again, that's what this is. What in a roundabout way, a very base level, what the advert's saying.
Yeah, no, of course. That's what I'm saying. Is on that level, I can relate.
On a base level, it's saying if you see behaviour like that which is wrong, step in to make people know it's wrong.
Of course, I told them. I told you.
Stand back and ignore it. It's enforcing the idea that it's okay.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, when the woman at the bar touched her, I was like, whoa, that's my bit. And then she got like really defensive and like, but it was you know.
So exactly. So you've done, in that one instance, on a base level, you've done what the advert's telling you to do. Yeah. It's acknowledging bad behaviour that is wrong, outdated, and shouldn't happen, and you've called them out on it. Yeah. That's what the advert's saying. You see bad behaviour, you call people out on it, you stop the behaviour. As where if the advert didn't come out and it was all ignored, you acknowledge the bad behaviour, you let it happen, you make that person think it's okay to happen.
See, Chris, what's annoying me now is that you are swaying me. I'm just sat here like, that's a valid, that's a valid point. But see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the art of conversation and debate.
See, this is why debates are good.
Okay.
And if you disagree with someone, you don't just say you're wrong, you're a cunt.
No, unless it's a new Arctic Monkeys album. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but we all hate that.
Yeah, that's it. That is just shit, just straight up. But yeah, no, that is a fair point, and something that I do agree with. Yeah, I don't know. When I watched it, I was just like, they're hating on men. But
yeah, I mean,
I
to
feel
a certain extent, they probably are. But hey,
yeah.
who gives a shit?
But what an interesting like.
Men
tactic.
deserve to be hated on. It's been too long.
Yeah. But as a company, when you're getting like 85% of your revenue from that gender, what a bold and arguably stupid move.
Yeah, but
especially when there are other rival companies out there. You know, Dollar Shaker, Wilkinson Sword, all the rest of them.
But what you have to realise is they're not stupid. They have marketing teams. They have geniuses. So they would have acknowledged that. They would have done the numbers. They would have expected to lose quite a lot of stuff. But like, look at Nike, for example, coming back in support of Colin Kaepernick or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to cause a stir, especially because of how many pro-Trump people there were and the whole feeling around that thing. They knew they were going to take a massive hit, but they also knew at the same time the people that did support them, it would just enforce that support. And they knew in about 2 months' time, people would have forgotten about it unless you're just diehard pricks anyway. Yeah. And so the numbers would have went back to normal. So Gillette will know, fair enough, this quarter in business, so for the next 3 months, their numbers will be down. They would have accounted for that. They wouldn't have cared. But in 2-3 months, it'll be right back up again. Yeah. And also, I find it ironic that all the people on the internet are usually white males saying that, oh, these snowflakes getting triggered by everything. Someone comes out and challenges them. I'm triggered!
Mate, I was pretty triggered. And I hate snowflakes, so...
Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm not ashamed to say it. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, Daddy-O says, George, you're focusing too hard on the fact that it's Gillette. It's hard not to, because it was Gillette that did it, you know. But
I mean, I disagree with that. I mean, you have to focus on the fact that it's Gillette, because
that's the whole point.
They are a male-based company. But that's what makes it so much more impactful.
Yeah, of course.
Because their audience is male, they're being like, right, we need to change.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's crazy. It's weird. I'm in such a it's weird because I agree with what the fundamentals of what they're saying. I do. I just feel like the way they went about it was incorrect. But then how else, if they're going to, would they go about it?
Also, it's a fucking advert. Get over yourself, people.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this has been thought up to get more exposure. I mean, can you remember the last Gillette advert? Can you remember the last Dove advert? Can you remember the last fucking other advert? No. You'll remember this for ages, won't you?
Yeah, of course.
So it's all marketing.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That is very true. Yeah. Also, the other thing, this is the last thing I'll say on it, and I did mention it earlier, was like, I feel like, obviously YouTube as a company, like, push this feminist, basically pro anything that isn't white male, right? If I just look at the trending tab, creator on the rise, I don't think I've seen a young white male as creator on the rise ever, right? And it's just like, from my point of view, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's difficult. I don't know. It's hard to talk about without sounding like a complete fucking arsehole, you know? And I understand that. I understand the whole white privilege thing, and I understand like the benefits of being a man and all the rest of it. It just feels like I've sort of like come into the generation where it's like, actually, no, fuck that. You can go, we're going to work everything against you, and it's just like swimming against the tide, I guess, a little bit. But I mean actually, I don't even want to talk about the fucking the YouTube Black Month thing, because that just flabbergasts me. I just think all creators should be celebrated, regardless of gender, regardless of race, regardless of anything like that. If you make good content, that is what you should be judged on.
Yeah, but that won't happen, will it?
I know, because of Susan Wojcicki, whatever the fuck her name is. But yeah, that was my other point. That was all it was that the fact that this was #1 on trending on YouTube, when the trending page has to be selected, just shows the kind of agenda that they want to push.
But I think again, while there probably is an agenda, people are pushing that as well. I think that's very limited because it is a big thing. It is being viewed a lot, so it is trending already.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of the political podcast, though.
That's it. Speaking of podcasts, though, I'll segue to say that on Thursday, I will be on the Jack Mate Happy Hour as a guest.
Well, on Wednesday. But it comes out Thursday.
No, it's being filmed on Thursday. It'll be out the following week. Yeah. No. So he's got one on Monday, and then he's got one on Thursday. Yeah, and then so I'll be a guest, and then I'll be co-hosting too. Earthed. There we go. So that's why this week is going to be fun.
See, unless getting you ready for a proper debate on a podcast.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because as soon as the fucking mics turn on Thursday, I'll be like, Jack, Brexit, talk to me.
Don't get me started on Brexit.
Fuck Brexit, mate. No. Fuck that. But thanks for coming on, Chris. I appreciate it. You've made some very valid points, and you've made me think, which is always important. All right.
Catch you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the art of conversation and debate, not argument. People can be swayed, and that's it. Chris is a manipulative cunt, says Andy Ginn. Jesus, Chris, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Are you bringing Jack to Reading? We will be hitting Reading Festival together, that is correct. Reading Festival 2019, Dudey and Jack. Bosh. Hello, Andy, mate. Make some predictions for this week. Luke, predictions for what, mate? That was 30 minutes of my life I could have spent eating. Ian, you can eat and watch the Dudey Rhino web show simultaneously. Jack and Dudey to make the biggest Thursday sesh ever. Dudey's already got the Thursday sesh sorted. Don't you worry about that. It's going to be fucking insane. Megan's yawning. Thinks she needs to go to bed. Just big fucking news like the weather or soccer. Ah, fair. I don't know. I just don't know anymore, mate. I really don't. What's the next big fucking controversial ad on the horizon? Probably be like fucking Tampax make a pro men video. Thursday sesh happening, can I come please? Of course. Where's the whip? I saw Danny Jackson. Where's the web finger prick? Jesus Christ. Rodders, when's the next Reading lineup? Fuck those. Danny Jackson says, I got a picture with Jake, mate, at Latitude last year. Decent, decent. How do you sneak drugs and alcohol on 16 tips, please? You're doing an early party this Red and Dudey. Possibly. It depends if I get early bird or not. Jack Barron's in the house. So you're going to debate with anyone else or just Chris? Now, I just wanted to hear Chris's thoughts because he was like putting essays about it, so I thought it'd just be easier if he spoke. And he raised some valid points, some good questions, some good answers. It was decent. It was decent. Anything else actually happened this week? Like, it was fucking solid for YouTube content. Like, fuck me. Did a good fucking sketch though. Fucking well happy with that video. Underviewed like fuck. But yeah. Jordan, you're gonna make your camp a bit bigger this year. I might now. Nobody, please, nobody lose their minds. All right. There is a chance, strong chance, that I'll be in the guest camping area this year. But I'll still wander out, you know, I'll still wander to the camps. Megan's just chatting shit about her farm. Thoughts on Keemstar, bit of a pleb. Good group chat about Brexit would be lovely. Sell out snake, fucking hell. Depends if I get early bird or not. What happens to always get early bird? The best value always gets the money. Whoever can always sell your ticket. That's it. That's true. That is true. Just depends on lots of factors I'm not allowed to talk about, which is really fucking annoying. I have early bird getting smashed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. David gets smashed on Sunday as well, mate. Sober Sunday for food. Fuck that noise. We can talk about a new Catfish song. I like it. I like it. Daddy O just says, ooh. Ooh, indeed, my friend. Ooh, indeed. But yeah, it's going to be a big week. Like I said, I now edit the Jack Mate Happy Hour podcast, which I'm enjoying. So yeah, I'll be doing that. He's got a pretty sick guest on Monday. One that I know a lot of you will be hyped beyond belief for. And then I'll be on Thursday. Jordan, now that you've said factors, you must talk about these said factors. I cannot say a thing. You ever going to come on my channel and eat the world's hottest chili for the sequel? Luke Campbell, sure mate, why not? Favourite Foo Fighters song? Probably... fuck. No Way Back. I'll best get a shout out on the podcast, Jordan, even if it's just a reference of our debate. I'll do my best to sneak it in. That would actually be quite fun. Guys, give me a few words, random words, and I've got to try and sneak them into the podcast. Obviously, they can't be offensive, but just really odd words that would be quite difficult to sneak into a normal conversation. Anal, Ian, Deck, both very original. Penis, cum bucket, olive, pip, ketamine, tractor, appendicitis, heroin, patella, nice Stefan, asbestos, MDMA, rimming, Sylvie, cocaine, puberty, fuck her in the pussy. Remember when we done this months ago, Jordan, in videos? Yes, yeah. Fuck yeah, I forgot about that. Lubricant, citron, felching. Say yeet at least 5 times to let them know you're a ute. Haberdashery, says Bill. That's a huge one. Ketamine, Loz took Maddie, Yanan, Brexcellent, Ginger Cunt, Mankini. I can't believe it's not butter. Episiostomy. Reading and Leeds. Gusset, Dab, McCan't. Find my daughter, sausage roll. Just answer questions with yes and make it a short episode. Will Clifford's in the house, everyone. Will, hope you're doing alright, mate. I'm here, says Madeline McCann. Vegan, shagging for Ket, cancer kid ward, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, plumpkin, memory foam mattress, trachea, Ellie Goulding. Yeah, if you know, you know. That's it. Fucking hell. That'll go down a storm. It's rewind time. Arguments involving Tambo. Gas to see your broco fella. Yes, Will. Fucking can't wait. Guys in the chats, let us know right now if you go in the fucking DB on fucking February the 9th. If you are, I want to see you there. I'll be in the nearest spoons, nearest to said venue. The Spider-Man, yo, what the fuck? Oh, it's such a good clip. Yo, what the fuck? I have a memory foam pussy, avant-garde, landfair molds to your dock, light bearer of death, microwave broco, Buglasses, Ollie Goodshaw's going to Plymouth, Abby's going, Sylvie's going to Spoons, going to try shag the bouncer on the door. What is DB? Don Broco. Stefan's going Don Broco. Michael's hitting every date going. Anti-de-establishmentarianism. Fucking that's a hard word to say. Is it sold out? I'm in London the night before watching vaccines. I think it is, yeah. Sylvia, you got exams that week. Emma will beat you. Jesus. Hope when I see you in Spoons I'm not a little bitch and actually come over to say hello. Stefan, don't be shy, mate. Don't be shy. Oh, I need to stay in. If I stand, oh fucking hell, I need to stay in the centre so I'm in focus. Oh god, my feet are in the way now. Tom Candy is not. DB is what Sylvie wants. Double penetration. Double Ben. Any idea when the next Red announcement is? Not a fucking clue. Danny is a cunt. If you get that in, I'll donate £10. I'll tell you a story that I am telling on the podcast. And I was speaking to Jack about it Friday night when we went out. But I didn't tell him the actual story. So I was like, mate, I'm going to tell you a story, right? And you're going to love it. I'm going to save it for your podcast. And I've told it on here before. So if you were here, you were here. And if you know, you know. If you don't, wait for Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast next week, right? So, a week after, sorry. So it is the story about my ex. When, without her knowing, I accidentally made her eat her own shit. Do you know what I mean? Fuck, man, that's such a funny fucking story, dude. That's such a fucking funny story. Oh dear, how long do you think you'll be in the Spoons for? Like, I'd actually go to see you all. Probably be in there, probably miss issues and then get into DB. Oh no, actually probably get in there before it starts. I don't know. Well, it's times. Oh dear. And yet he wonders why he's single. That's it. That's it. And I was saying to Jack, I was like, I'm going to name drop her as well. And then it's up to me in the edit whether I cut it out or not. Oh, dear. Dave's done it twice. Like, yeah, I've done that twice. Accidentally made my ex eat shit. That's it. Fucking hell. Where is he in Don Broco? Wembley Arena. How do you accidentally do that? Her own shit. Legit, mate. Wait for the podcast. Listen out for it. Are you jumping in Discord after? Yeah, I'll jump in Discord after. Oh, it's fart. If Rodders can't get into Spoons, I'll be mad. Yeah. Fuck, yeah, 'cause he's 17. Rodders, when the fuck are you 18? Mate, because you've been 17 for like 4 years now. What you should do, if you get time, is make 2 edits. The proper one, but also a really shit one that makes them look bad. See what he says. Oh, man. It's funny, man. And talking about editing, I know it's going to probably bore people. It'll be 30 seconds on it. I use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is like proper advanced and shit. And is a bastard to get to know, but like now, obviously for 6 years, like I know it quite well. Jack uses Apple Mac Final Cut, and I have to say, some of the features on that makes fucking editing so much easier. Jesus Christ. Can we start the biggest Madeleine McCann chant ever at Reading? Fucking hell. I'll turn 18 at download. Fair. June. Fair. Sylv, I'll give you some respect. You've done a shift with some of the fellas. Jesus Christ. Ruined. Basically just called her a slag. Ian's getting pissed off that Maddie's fucking name's spelled wrong. So you did 2 girls, 1 Dudey Rhino with her. Nah, it's more elaborate than that, mate. Looking forward to starting a pit with a load of Grahams, that's it. I'm 18 at the Friday at Reading. Decent. I remember when I turned 18 in 1999. Danny is about 80. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Fucking Christ. Do you know what I mean, guys? Tom Candy coming to do a part 2, I beg. What video was this on? Fuck off, I'm 79, says Danny. Decent. Oh, relatable school moments. Fair play, son. Fair play. But yeah, guys, if you haven't, go subscribe to the Happy Hour podcast, because A, your boy here is the editor, and B, I'm going to be on it. So you get to watch me chat shit with Jack for a bit. You know what I mean? Entertaining, isn't it? Don Broco. Decent. Yeah, just did this for about an hour. I'm gonna GTFO now. Obviously we're doing the web show on Tuesday, of course, goes without saying. I'm gonna try and get up as many quality pieces of content this week as I possibly can. So look out for that. Alright? Please, if you can, go and watch the video that I put a lot of effort into this week. It took me a day to write, a day to film. It is the annoying things friends do, and it hasn't even hit 1,000 views, which upsets me deeply. If you could share this with your friends, it would mean a fucking lot, because I just wanted to get it to 1,000 views. That's all, you know. All my videos now, I'm like, get it to 1,000. If it does any more than that, fucking sick. Darren enjoyed it. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Spread it around. Send it to your friends. Be like, look, you're the fucking Bale cunt. Just fucking watch it. Spread it. Spread it. I want everyone to send it to 5 people, alright? And get them to send it to 5 people. And them to send it to 5 people. Next thing you know, we've got a viral hit on our hands. That's it, guys. That is it. Expect some content this week. Gonna try to be as productive as humanly possible. Decent. Sweet. Spread it around like HIV. Exactly. I want it to be a fucking global phenomena on the level of AIDS. Yeah? But a positive thing. HIV is close to LIV. That's very true. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really fucking appreciate it. There's some really cool shit coming out this week. Doing some really cool shit. Things are going in the right direction. Happy days. Get people to sub. Get people to watch all the shit. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Become a spawn if you want to. Hit the join button. Hit the link down below if you want to get some merch. Get some merch. Chris, thank you for coming on. Blowing my mind. Changing my mind a little bit. I appreciate it. I will be on Discord in the next 5 minutes. See ya.